This video is all about animal behavior. Here are the different kinds of animal behaviors. The first type of behavior is instinct. This is an innate or inherited behavior that comes naturally to animals. Many animals have an instinctive behavior to protect their mates, territory, or food. Here is a picture of a chimpanzee instinctively guarding its food and its territory. The next behavior is a fixed action pattern. This is also an innate behavior. In this behavior, a stimuli causes an organism to follow a regularly patterned response. In this example, I have a gray-legged goose that sees an egg outside of its nest and will automatically roll the egg with its beak back into the nest. The stimulus is the egg outside of the nest, and the response is for the goose to roll it back into the nest with its beak. Next is trial and error learning, which is pretty self-explanatory. This is a behavior that is also called operant conditioning. For this behavior, an experiment was done by B.F. Skinner. He trained rats to learn through trial and error to push levers to obtain food or avoid painful shocks. Next is associative learning, which is when an animal recognizes that two or more events are connected. An example is classical conditioning, when an organism recognizes a behavior in response to a stimulus. Ivan Pavlov performed an experiment with a dog. Here is the experiment. Before conditioning, the dog associated his food with salivating. The dog also associated the bell with nothing. During conditioning, Pavlov taught the dog to associate hearing the bell and seeing its food and salivating. So after conditioning, the dog would just hear the bell and associate the salivating, expecting to see the food. Habituation is a learned behavior that allows animals to disregard meaningless stimuli. For example, sea anemones eat food with their tentacles. Anemones will be able to disregard stimuli that are not its food after picking it up a few times. Next is observational learning, which is when an animal copies the behavior of another animal without having experienced any prior response from the behavior it is copying. An example is when a flamingo learns to tuck its leg close to its body. It does this to conserve heat that would otherwise escape from the exposed leg. Finally is insight learning behavior, which occurs when an animal is exposed to a new situation with no experience and performs the behavior and gets a positive outcome. Here, a chimpanzee is exposed to bananas that are outside of its reach and performs the behavior of stacking crates to be able to reach the bananas.